Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today I thought it'd be really interesting to talk about ARCs, Advanced Reader's Copies, which ARCs I've received in the past, how I got them, my tips and tricks for receiving them, all that kind of stuff. So I actually have a book coming out soon called How to Build a Successful Bookstagram, which will go into so much detail about this kind of stuff. It's even got an interview with a publicist to give kind of insight information into what they're actually looking for, but I thought I would just kind of summarise it all in this video. So first let's talk about which ARCs I've received in the past and how I got them. So the first ever advanced reader copy I ever received was actually from a Fairy Loot box. Now I loved how they did this. I think they should include ARCs way more because it was my first experience with an ARC and it was brilliant. So it was the Stormcrow, it was in the December 2019 box and I loved it. I thought it gave lots of people the opportunity to read the book early who wouldn't have got that opportunity before, and I just thought it was a great thing. So this was my first experience with an ARC, but this was not sent to me personally, this was because I bought a Fairy Loot box. Next we have probably my favourite ever ARC. I can't believe I received it. This one, a publicist got in contact with me through my Instagram DMs and went, hey, would you be interested in receiving an early copy of this book? And the book was Chosen Ones by Veronica Roth. So I think you guys can imagine like how much I fangirled, and I was like, yes, yes, I definitely want like a copy of this book. Veronica Roth, if you didn't know, is the reason I became a reader. Reading Divergent transformed my life. I'm now a writer, I'm an author, like it's all because of Veronica Roth. So to get the chance to read an early version of her latest book just blew my mind. So yeah, I was contacted through my Bookstagram DM and they were like, if you're interested, email us. A lot of this goes through email, and I think it's really important because in my non-fiction book I do talk about kind of figuring out how DMs are, I don't know if they're legitimate or not, because sometimes there are people out there who want to get your address and you need to figure out who you can actually trust. So often if it's going through DMs, be careful, but then if it goes to email, you can kind of check out that email and make sure it's on the publisher's website and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, this was amazing and this is such an incredible book. You should read it, it's amazing. And so this was my first proper ARC that I received because of my Bookstagram, which at that point, gosh, probably had about 10k followers, so just bear that in mind. Although followers don't matter a huge amount, obviously you should have, I think it's meant to be like 3,000 or something, would be great if you have more than that, because they're not sending it to you to be nice, they're sending it for promotion, so you need to be able to give them something in return, and that something is publicity and your followers hopefully picking up the book if you enjoyed it. The next ARC I received was quite recently. This one was interesting. So this is Kingdom of the Wicked. Such an incredible book. I really recommend it for like the spooky season. It's just amazing. Enemies to lovers, everything you could want. And I actually received a digital version of this book on NetGalley before I received this physical ARC. This one was up to me cyber stalking the publicist. So I saw everyone was tagging this Bookstagram account, this publicist's Instagram, in their ARC photos of this book, and I looked her up and she followed my Bookstagram, so I sent her a message and was like, hey, do you have a spare copy of this book? I read it and it's amazing and I'd love to take photos of an actual ARC. And she said yes, and then she sent me the book. So this one was me reaching out to a publicist. I found the one who was in charge, because finding out which publicist is for which book can be really confusing sometimes, especially with Penguin, because they have like 15 million people, because I have got an ARC from Penguin Random House. So yeah, that's tough, but she was quite easy to find because she was tagged and everything. Not all publicists have a public Instagram, but some do. So check people's photos, check if they're tagged. You want to request an ARC like 3 months before-ish. This one I actually received just before the publication date because it was a weird situation. But yeah, I absolutely love this ARC. It is stunning. And the next one I received is The Cousins. which is just insane. This is by the author who wrote One of Us is Lying, which is a very, very popular book. I have not read it yet. It's my next read, and I'm very, very excited for it. So this one, I searched Penguin Random House's website. I saw books that are getting released soon, and then I tried to find the right person to contact on their website. So they have like 50 million publicists, and I don't know which category this fell in, who was like in charge. So I just contacted the head of department with my email saying, hi, this is my bookstagram, this is how many followers I have, this is why I want to read this book, here's all my links and here's my address. And that's pretty much what you say in every email, but just a different version of it, just slightly. And then I got forwarded to a different person in the department, who then was like, oh, sorry, I'm not the one in charge, and forwarded me again to someone else, who then emailed me back and was like, we've put you on a list. And I didn't know if that meant I got the book or not. It did, apparently, but I didn't get my hopes up, because I was like, okay, I might be on a list, which then gets like another list. I don't know how it works. So that was really, I don't know, unknown. I just didn't know if I'd receive a copy, and then one day this turned up. So that was me actively searching for the publisher. Next we have Witches Steeped in Gold, which comes out April 2021. Very excited for this book. It sounds amazing. And what happened with this one was I requested it because I saw the author post photos of the UK arcs, and I was like, these are stunning. Can I get one? Like, so I looked into it, I found the right publicist, I sent them an email, and I didn't get a reply. I didn't get a reply, so I didn't think I'd got one. And then one day, because I put my address in the email, and this is why you do it, because sometimes they don't have time to reply, I just got sent one of these one day. So this one I didn't think I was getting, and it just turned up, and that can happen, and that's why putting your address in the original email is really helpful for them, because they can just add you to a list and they don't have to talk back and forward. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. And finally we have These Violent Delights. I'm very excited for this one as well. This was the same publicist who sent me Kingdom of the Wicked. I saw people receiving these, and I sent her a message because she was also in charge of these arcs, and then she sent me this one because she is like the loveliest person ever. So this was me again being like, hey, do you have an extra copy? And they sent me one, so I'm very excited to read it. This is out, I think it's November 17th, so I need to read it quite soon so I can get my review to you guys before it's out. So those are the arcs I have. Those are how I got them. Lots of different ways. When you get an arc, you tend to get a press release. I just dropped one. So here we go. Let me show you this one. So this is The Witches Steeped in Gold. So it's got the original cover there because the arc has a very different design. It has all the information you could want, who to contact. It has details about the author and the book. Everything you could want to know, and this is just so helpful, and I really recommend keeping these, because when you're talking about the book, it's really good to be able to go, hey, this is all the information. So then we have the one for These Violent Delights, which is shown a bit differently. It's got a bit more about the author, it's got some reviews, which is cool. I really like that. And then we've got the one for the cousins, just finally, which is a bit more kind of cheap looking. It's all like cheap paper. It gives you the ISBN, it gives you the price of the book, all that kind of stuff, reviews about the publisher, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this comes with it, and I do like to keep those because I think it's really interesting to have the information for when I post. What to say in your email. I've gone over that you should put your address in it if you're comfortable with that. If you're not comfortable with giving your address to them, you probably shouldn't be receiving arcs, because it's literally people sending you stuff. So things are going to turn up at your house that you didn't expect. So if you're not okay with that, I wouldn't recommend going into arcs. Arcs are really interesting and I really love them, although if you have a big pile of to be read books like I do, it may not be the best idea to go around requesting 50 million arcs, because they do pretty much have to go on the top of your to be read list, because you are expected to read them before the publication date to get your review up. That is kind of the deal. Especially if you ask for the ARC, then it should become a priority. So that is something to keep in mind. If you have lots of books you need to read for other reasons, then keep that just in the forefront of your mind. Other things, say why you want the book. Like, don't just say, hey, I want a book because I want a free book. Tell them why you like the author, why the synopsis stood out to you, all those kind of reasons, just to make you a bit more personal, because they get a lot of emails from influencers, so you need to stand out. Also, be very clear about your follower number and your engagement. That's what they care about most at the beginning. Like, they just want to be able to quickly read your email and figure out where to put you, because they might have like a cut-off. Like, if you have less than 5,000 followers, they can't send you one. So they need to know that before, just so it's a quick process. Yeah, I think that's it. Make it very clear what you're requesting in the title of the email, just so they can put you in a certain folder and figure you out later if they need to. That's just in case you request it too early or too late and they just need to do all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, physical ARCs are amazing, and I feel so lucky to be in the position where I get sent them. But NetGalley is also brilliant. I recently have been reading books on NetGalley, and they're amazing, and you don't need that many followers to be sent free books on there. So check it out. I think you have to be over 18, but it's a brilliant service, and it's a great way to read the books you're really excited for early and share your reviews. That is it. I hope you could learn something from this email. My non-fiction book, How to Build a Successful Bookstagram, will be out soon, and that will have literally everything you ever need to know. So when that's out, I will put a link to the Amazon Kindle version in the description of this video, but for now, just keep an eye out for that. You can follow me on my Bookstagram if you want to hear updates about that, because I'm just going to release it and then tell you guys. But yeah, I hope this video could help some of you, just even if it was a tiny